setting I left it on, but we'll find out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a lovely Monday. Well, that's exactly what I wanted. All right, great. Um, Hi, hello, Kay. Oh, I got to get to my browser so I can read chats. On every Christmas tree. 95.95 hours. Wow. I am almost at 96,000. So close. Good evening, Miss Faye. Your spidey senses were tingling. I had to make an extra trip out of after work to go pick up dog food. So I'm on a little later than I wanted to be. But here I am. Here I am, 908 subscribers now on YouTube, so that's fantastic. Yo, it's just that guy. I took yesterday off. Lil Lewis is back. I'm doing fine, thank you. I took yesterday off, um, just because I needed a rest. I rearranged my shed. I took everything out and put everything back, but orderly, so I have some walking space. Um, and working in the heat of the desert, I got so tired, and I got hooked on Black Mirror. Um, I was watching Black Mirror while I was eating lunch, and I'm like, okay, I've got 12 minutes left. I'm going to go upstairs and finish this episode. And then I ended up finishing the season. So it was nice to relax. And then made dinner. I made some homemade meatloaf, and my daughter played a board game with her. It was really nice. So it's all good. So yeah, I just decided to take a night off of. I could have been on early and probably could have drawn for a couple of hours yesterday, but instead just chose to rest, take some time with the fam, take it easy. Not that this isn't relaxing, but you know, I didn't have to talk. I could just lay there and watch TV. And Black Mirror is so fascinating for me. I love that. I love that show. Very Twilight Zone with a modern twist. And it was so funny because I realized I started that interactive Black Mirror where you choose your own adventure kind of thing, and I never kept going through it. But then as I started it again just to see, wait, what was this like again? I realized there's a callback to that in this season of Black Mirror. So I'm glad I got that little sneak preview. Hey, I don't have much time tonight. Let's stop talking. Let's stop yapping and let's get drawing. So looking for a drawing request out there. What do we got? I probably only have time for hello, Jason Bacon. Probably only have time for a couple of drawings tonight. Um, I was told dinner will be ready shortly after the hour. So like I've got maybe 45 minutes. Springtrap. Yes, I've done that for a while. You know, Woody is my favorite drawing of all time. But I think I'll do. I just posted Scooby Doo. Well, Springtrap came up first. I want to make sure I know. Yeah. So I'm going to find a good image of Springtrap and draw that. This is a pretty cool one. Mm, And then we'll see what I have time for after that. I haven't done. I did a mashup of Freddy with Mary Poppins. That's the last time I drew something that was Five Nights at Freddy's themed. We're going to do a little Springtrap tonight. Do, 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 do. All right, that's still a little big. Sorry, I'm getting my reference image ready on YouTube. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you're going to go, all right, just a guy. All right, get to work. Bye. Then that's set up. Let me make sure. Let's just move that over a little bit. All right. Now, let me get in place. I'm going to start this one. Actually, I'm going to start with a hand. I'm going to start it. Hey, Radio. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. I'm going to start this one, I think, here. Hold on. Hi, Lanarich. I can't believe you asked me what I'm drawing. Uh, hold on. I want to focus here for a second. Okay, yeah, I'm going to start there. You're a cool, fun channel. Hello, Leah Hart. You're a cool, fun channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not met it before, this is my handy dandy Etch A Sketch watch with built-in stopwatch. It's going to tell us approximately how long this drawing takes. If you are on my YouTube, this is my usual spiel. If you're on my YouTube, you would see it as it's counting, along with my reference image and me drawing. I got a blister. You might notice that on my right index finger. Friday, so I did outside work this week. I figured I'd better get it done before it gets too hot to work outside. It was borderline this weekend. On Saturday, yeah, on Saturday I bought a pole from Lowe's hardware store and attached Emily's birthday gift to it. She got a bird feeder that has a built-in camera, motion sensor camera, so it could capture birds as it eats. So what we did, Jamie's idea, was we had a flower pot already and dirt. So I bought a pole, put it in the dirt, and then mounted the bird feeder to the pole. Need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. So the reason I have a blister, even though I wore a glove, I did wear a gardening glove while I was doing this, just, for grip and stuff. Even though I wore a gardening glove, I was twisting. I was using like the plastic. I don't know what they call it. Those plastic things you put into drywall, then you put screws in it. You know what I'm talking about? I was trying to get when I drilled a hole. No, you can't be Mom, Little Lewis. I barely know you. I haven't had that question in a while. Anyway, and I'm telling a story. Um, I drilled holes in the pole. It was a metal pole, and I drilled holes, and the holes were a little too small. But I didn't. It was the biggest bit that I had was a 1/4 inch, and so I was twisting the the plastic thing into it, and I twisted so much that I got a blister. But that was even with gloves on. It was rough. Right? They did say hi earlier, but still. Thanks, Hello K. Well, that's part of why I do this is for the interaction. I like uh, I like chatting with people. Entertainment is really what this is all about. Right, double wear, double gloves. Hey, Blythe K. Sugar pie, honey bunch. Man, should be. This actually might take my whole life, to be honest. I might only have, or I could probably I should do a real quick one after this because, hey, Flamingo. I should do a quick one after this because I'm only going to have 2 drawings to post tomorrow if I don't do another one after this one. Sugar pie, honey bunch. Wait for you. But yeah, I started watching, and I should go back to it. I started watching the original Twilight Zone series. Devin, I don't typically give away what I'm drawing. You have to guess. Yo, Sebastian, good to see you. I typically don't give away what I'm drawing. I like people to try to guess what I'm drawing. At this point, it may not be easy to guess, although I don't know. The fingers that these are fingers might give a clue as far as the theme goes. Now, if you hop over to my YouTube, link in the profile. Not a robot. Very good guess though. You hopped over to my YouTube, you'd actually see the not an easy guess. Not right away. Once I start drawing the head, it will be an easier guess. But yeah, if you go to if you're on TikTok, you go to my TikTok profile, there's a link to my YouTube. I'm live on YouTube as well, and you would actually be able to see my reference image. It's kind of cheating. Not ET. That's right, Sebastian. That's the theme. It's not the character though. Not the character. But that is the theme. You're on the right track. Roadrunner's a great suggestion. But you got to be here, Devin, when I get there, because I think that's a great one. I was saying this is going to take a while, and I need to do a simpler drawing afterwards, and Roadrunner would be perfect. It's not Bunny, no. Boop, boop. Are you just going to start naming them? I think it's too early for me to say. It's not the Hulk, Chiara. Yeah, I'll be happy to do. In fact, I might even do road if I don't get a simple suggestion. I need to do a simple drawing after this one. This one, I'm now 6 minutes into it. I haven't even started the head. But I'm really going for it with this drawing. It's going to be a fun one. Well, fun one in the sense that, gosh, my nephew would be able to guess this right? Sebastian, are you saying Bart Simpson would be an easy drawing? It would be. I just did Bart Simpson recently. I just drew Bart Simpson recently. Like within the last week. So that's out there. I'm glad to be back to drawing. Part of me wishes I had drawn yesterday, but it was nice not to. It was nice. I wouldn't say it was nice not to draw because I don't think of this as a chore. This is fun. But it was, I really enjoyed, I can't say it enough. I really enjoyed Black Mirror. You would think this is sponsored, but it's not. You're welcome, Hello K. It indeed. Hey, look at that. I got Atharian Time. Hello, Atharian Time on YouTube. Great to see you over here. Usually my YouTube's a very quiet live chat. And a lot of people watch my YouTube lives after I'm done with them. It's great to see you over here. Yeah, I think let's make this a little. All right. So I'm drawing the hand first because it's in front of the face of this character. This is too short. Let's go up here. I'm drawing the hand first because it's in front of the face. And when I draw on the Etch A Sketch, most challenging drawing ever, I'll tell you in a second. Let me finish this story though. You know what it is, Devin? I always draw the foreground of a drawing first because I can't guess where it ends. I can't erase something or sketch. Well, thank you. Please keep in mind on YouTube, your comments are like 30 seconds behind, so it's very delayed. So I'll see your comment, but it'll be delayed. So I was asked on TikTok, what is my most challenging Etch A Sketch drawing? It took me 37 minutes. It was a drawing of from Disneyland, from the ride Pirates of the Caribbean. You go through these caves, right? And there's these rooms of treasure. And on top of a pile of gold is a skeleton with a pirate hat on. And in his hand is like pearl necklaces. And then all around him is vases and treasure chests. And I drew that. I drew that. It took me 37 hours, all just on lunch breaks, 1 hour at a time. I am going to do my best tomorrow to finish work in time to come home and work on my current drawing, which is a drawing of Jack and Sally that I'm doing on a large. When I draw on the big Etch A Sketches, I take hours to draw. No, it's not Nightmare Freddy. Yeah. Um, choo, 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 choo. And that Pirates of the Caribbean one in the treasure room is what I call it. I drew it on a gold Etch A Sketch that had gold powder inside. Very cool. I think it was for the 100th anniversary of Ohio Art. That was the company that made the Etch A Sketch at the time. All right. I like it. Now we've pretty much got the hand. Well, I guess there's more to it down here. Let me get that. Actually, that'll lead me to the body and the head. So yeah, if I were to draw the head, but the hand was in front of it, I wouldn't know where to stop my lines. Yeah, it's really cool if you time on YouTube said they never didn't know they made a gold Etch A Sketch. There's all kinds of collector's editions out there that were like limited time releases. The Jack and Sally drawing that I'm working on is actually on a 60th anniversary of the Etch A Sketch, 60th Diamond Edition. That is like black chiseled and it has diamond knobs. Pinocchio, Iron Giant. No, it is not either of those. Not Withered Bonnie. No. Whatever the cause, for the sake of the wooden-handed IKEA. Oh, you get 500 points for saying that. You're not. By the way, the points don't mean anything, but they're fun to give away. No, it's not the wooden hand from IKEA. That is a hilarious answer. Yeah, right? They are so detailed for this character. That's why I'm taking a little time. I want them to look really good, even though I'm going to erase it when I'm done. Yeah, diamond. Hey, try my best. Hi. That's on YouTube. Um, yeah, a lot of unusual ones you'll find on eBay. Although I think Walmart still offers some of the 60th anniversary. In the 60th anniversary, they made a whole bunch of special editions. I have some Stan Lee Etch A Sketches from that era. I did a 24-hour drawing of Spider-Man on a Stan Lee Etch A Sketch. They also made. I have a Rubik's Cube Etch A Sketch themed Etch A Sketch where the knobs are square Rubik's cubes. Very difficult to draw with. And then they made one that was the moon, or the knobs are the moon, and it's a space themed, NASA themed. All sorts of special ones. Crowds of people.
animal, and incomplete words have been reported to be gathering at a previously unknown place.
My favorite horror movie. I'm not a big horror fan. I do like thrillers. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I saw the first Scream, and that was kind of silly, but I liked it. What other? I'm trying to think of what would be considered a horror movie because I'm not. I'm not a big slasher. I don't like human torture, so definitely I would not like. I haven't even tried watching Saw. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna go. I don't know. I guess I'll say Scream if that. I think so. If I had to pick one, there we go. Let's just move on from there. Hey, thanks for the follows.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet. I will. It's not a horror movie, but yeah, that's I look forward to seeing that someday. I drew Chicken Jockey. That keeps getting some comments once in a while. It pops up, and someone will say something about it. Just realized how big a company Etch A Sketch is. Now, the Etch A Sketch company, there's been two different companies. Hold on. Let me see what I'm drawing here. I'll just do a little. So, I've been drawing on the Etch A Sketch I'm going on 30 years now, since I discovered my talents when the first Toy Story came out. And at that time, in 1995, and at that time, the Etch A Sketch was made by the original company, Ohio Art. But it is now being produced by Spin Master. And Spin Master is a toy company that makes all of the Paw Patrol franchise, Chicken Jockey. That's funny. They do all of the um, Paw Patrol franchise. They sponsor the shows as well as all the toys. They do Kinetic Sand is Spin Master. Spin Master also purchased the rights to produce the Rubik's Cube. They do Hatchimals. Uh, the new what are those Biz pets? I don't know what they're called. I forget. My daughter got one for Christmas. That was the Disney themed. No, it wasn't. It was dragon themed. Yeah, December Toy Story will be 30 years old. Hey, Mighty Duck. Sean, I don't usually give away what I'm drawing. I like people to try to guess. Um, we're going to go here. I'm going to start drawing the head. And as I do, the character is going to be a little more obvious as I'm drawing the head. Bitsies. Thank you, Time. Yes, Bitsies. That's made by. Yay, Lisa H is here. That's very close, Cloud VR. Yeah, Isla got it. Isla vibes. Yes, Nala. You got it. Everybody who guessed it right on TikTok, you get 1,000 points. My favorite Etch A Sketch drawing that I kept. Okay, so when I learned how to draw on the Etch A Sketch, the question on TikTok was, what was my favorite drawing that I've kept? I've kept most of mine. It is for Springtrap time, but you can see the picture of Springtrap. Um, Hold on. Let me focus here for a second. Yeah, I'm going to wait on the teeth. I'm going to wait on the teeth. Let me focus here on my drawing for a second. Okay. So I talked about I discovered this talent when the first Toy Story came out. Um, Sorry, I'm focusing on my drawing. So I went to visit my parents, and my brother was there with his family. And my mom knew that the Toy Story trailer had the Etch A Sketch in it. So she pulled out our old Etch A Sketch from the 70s, and that's when, for my to entertain my nieces and nephews, I just doodled a quick drawing of Woody on it. And I looked at the drawing and was thinking about how I kind of worked it, and I was like, I think I can do this. And so now, 30 years later, over the years, I've been developing different techniques of shading, of textures, manipulating the powder inside. So in 2019, I'm leading to my favorite drawing. Infinity Beyond, right? It's on my business card. That's right. I can flash that if I want to keep track of my edit. Which you now have possession of, Jason Bacon business card. So in 2019, I decided I'm going to redo that drawing. No, it was Springtrap. I'm going to redo that drawing, but show off my current skill set. And so that is my favorite drawing, my 2019 remake of Woody, because it does exactly that. I show off my shading and texture technique. And if you go to I'll answer that question. Ice Rocket. Several of them, yes. So, now I lost track of what I was talking about. Yeah, I've kept most of my drawings over the year. They're just for I do commission drawings, but most of my work is, no, you didn't do it. Who's drowning? No, Jason, you didn't throw me off. I think it was the other question that threw me off. What happens when you make a mistake? And I started thinking about that. I was talking about Woody. Yeah. All right. So let me show you it real quick. I'll have to edit this part out. So here's my remake. This is my 2019. Now it's stretched out to fit the business card. Oh, what I was saying is if you go to my TikTok profile, there's a pinned video. It shows my very first drawing, and then it shows that 2019 drawing. Drawing. Okay. Drawing is AW. No. I got a snake in my boot. So, time, I think it's just you and me hanging out here in YouTube time. So, just so you know, my setup, I've got a monitor over there where I've got my chat. So I look over there and that's what I'm reading. Speaking of teeth, I went to the dentist today. I'm actually pretty happy because touched up some stuff. I did have a couple of itty bitty cavities, but also had a chipped incisor right up front and center. So they fixed that. And after my whitening, so now it all matches. Oh, wait, no. You can't ask me that, Hello K. I've got another question. What if I make a mistake was the question that was asked. I need to answer that question. Hold on. Oh, we're 23 minutes into this drawing. Yeah, I don't know I don't know if our Roadrunner I'm going to try to squeeze in oh, please no. I might have time for a quick drawing. So if I make a mistake, if I just started a drawing, I did that. I was drawing a picture of Mickey Mouse, and 6 minutes into it, it was not proportional, did not look right. So I just started over. So option one, if I make a mistake, is just to start over. Option 2, hold on. Option 2 is I just keep retracing. It is, Mr. Muncher, you got it. Option 2 is I keep retracing the line because I can push the powder around inside to try to hide it up. I am close to 1,000. I'm very excited. I just hit 900. I'm really hoping to. Yeah, I know. I might hesitate in erasing this right away. I might grab another Etch A Sketch just to. I do have several. Hold on. Let me focus on this real quick. There we go. So the third option. So again, I retrace the line to try to correct a mistake. The third option is if I can't correct it and I'm too far into it to start over, I just hope that there's enough detail in the drawing that you don't see the mistake. So those are my three options for if I make a mistake. Mickey is weird? All right. All right, I'm going to stop there, go back to this nose area. Zeta says, shut up. Mickey Mouse is not weird. Bo Yeshua. Y me llamo Jesús. También. Gracias. Hi, Condaman. Condaman. What? 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 I'm sorry. YouTube, you have to understand I have music playing and you probably hear it mechanically in the background once in a while, but for the most part my microphone is very voice focused. Bing. All right, fantastic.
See Stephanie in the lane, I'm up, rock the fetish people, you know who I am.
I got the magic hands. All right, we gotta do a crack here. Na 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 na. 'Tis not Bonnie. Clearly it's from Five Nights at Freddy. At this point, you should be knowing that at least. Yeah. Yeah, Lola. You're amazing too in the one in the not Fetty. Yeah, okay. This is from the Captain Underpants soundtrack. What a coincidence indeed. Oh, well, thank you. Hello, Kay. You saw the picture that I chose? Yeah, I thought it looked really cool. I'm like, I'd like to try that. This is an intense picture of this character. All right. So someone just asked how these things work. I get that question a lot, so I'm going to answer your question. So this box has inside of it very fine aluminum powder. Awesome. I'll hold it steady and Hello Kitty, you tell me when you have a picture later. when it's done. So this box has inside very fine aluminum powder. It sticks to the glass with static electricity. It is not magnets, like a lot of people think it is. That's the Magnadoodle. Hold on, focusing on cracks here. Cracks are wax. And so what I'm doing is turning these knobs. I'm actually scratching off powder from the screen. There's a stylus I'm moving around, and it scratches the powder off. I'm not actually drawing a line, but making a negative space where the line is. So that's why when you turn it over and shake it, the powder inside will then fill in those lines that you've scratched off. That is the basics. So if there's a drawing I want to preserve, and most of the drawings that I preserved are in the larger scale, but I do have a pinned video on TikTok showing, this is the big eye area. I do have a video pinned on TikTok showing me preserving a pocket-sized drawing of Deadpool. It was a lengthy process, probably takes about an hour and a half, lots of cutting, lots of people's opinions on how I should do it better. It's very funny. Thanks, Massaja Murray. I'll do it. Oh, great question, R. Someone asked what happened to my right pointer finger. I was sharing that story earlier. I did some outdoor work this weekend. Was putting up a bird feeder that my daughter got for her birthday, which was Wednesday. And I was twisting and twisting and twisting something, and even though I had gloves on, I twisted so much I got a blister. So it's all in love for my daughter. She turned 10 last Wednesday. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Well, I mean, honestly, Hello K, I don't know if I'll keep it. I don't know that I would keep it for my own collection. I think what I might do is set aside and get a good picture of it so I could offer prints of it as opposed to keeping the original one. If someone were to then reach out, thanks, Will. This one I've been drawing for 32 minutes now. It might end up being my only drawing. We'll see. I was hoping to have time for a quick one after this, but I don't think I will. Sure will, Hello K. So yeah, if someone were to reach out to me later and say, "Hey, I will buy that Springtrap drawing." Oh, by the way, it's Springtrap. Then my going rate is $50 plus shipping. Although if it takes longer, might be 75. If it turns out as awesome as it's looking. Let's do a little. So yeah, typically it's $50 plus shipping for a drawing this size. But I don't do this for business. I do this mostly just to relax. So I realize I have a lot inside the mouth to still do. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Hey, thanks, Time. Just saw that. Oh man, I just yeah. Oh well. Just realized I'm doing some shading here, and if I'm doing shading here, I should have done shading on the fingers. But I don't want to go crazy. Duke, right now I'm at 33 minutes. My favorite video game I really enjoyed, let me just talk about of all time. I enjoy fun things like Beat Saber, which actually my original love was Guitar Hero. But I think the fun action games like Tomb Raider and more recently, well, it's not recent at all now, but I also liked Assassin's Creed, that whole series, especially the earlier games. But yeah, I liked Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider. Those are the kind of games I like. I'm not supposed to tell them, are. If you don't know what I'm drawing, thanks, Bipolar Roller. Oh, well, thank you, Time. Time just complimented me on the crown that you can't see on TikTok. TikTok is just seeing my drawing. They're not. I use the TikTok footage for my posts. Oh, it says OBS disconnected and reconnected. Found your channel randomly. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Mrs. Zinzin. I hope to work on it some more tomorrow. My Nightmare Before Christmas drawing.
Quite continental. I kiss.
All right, now I'm going to rough up this broken ear a little.
Sure.
Got a little rough it up a little bit. Someone asked me how many Five Nights at Freddy's drawings I've done. It was a big request. I'm going to say maybe 2-3 years ago. I was doing a lot of them. Living. Before I was live, I would do responses to comments. But I bet if you were to go, you stop sharing, V. I appreciate you sharing. I can't read chat when there's too many shares. You just heard the music. Fantastic. That's YouTube talk. All right, there we go. That ear is done. Then we got some details in that mouth to do. Try to get this. See, its ear's going to get cut off, but that's all right. Well, hello, Cornelia Frazier. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. There we go. We'll just deal with the fact that the ear's cut off a little bit there. Oh, what happens if I mess up? Tiana, I actually just described it, but I'll tell it for you again. I always love those intricacies of the Etch A Sketch, but never had the patience. But thank you very much. It's not really. This is very relaxing for me, so it's not a matter of patience. I've also learned that my mind can think of the lines to draw. My hands just do it. So this doesn't take a lot of effort for me. No, it wasn't Emperor's New Groove. So if I mess up, there are 3 options. I have 3 options when I mess up. One, I start over, right? If I'm early enough in the drawing, I'll just simply start over. Second option is I retrace the line over and over and hope to push the powder around inside to cover up the mistake. The third option is I leave the mistake as is and hope that there's enough going on in the drawing you don't notice it. Hey, thanks for all the follows. Everyone just hopping on. I might hit 96,000 tonight on TikTok. That would be awesome. I'm about 910 subscribers on YouTube. All right, now he's got no teeth, upper teeth, so I need to do that now. And then finish the details in the mouth. This is pretty cool. I feel like this might end up being my only drawing that I have time for tonight. But I feel like I need to go back to the hands and just do some quick shading on the fingers, since I did all of this detail. My favorite YouTuber, TikToker, Twitch streamer, me. I am my favorite. I don't really watch as much as I'm on social media and posting on social media. I don't really sit and watch videos on YouTube or TikTok. With the pocket size, I specifically use the pocket size because I can do quicker drawings on there. Whereas, all right, bye time. Sorry, you're probably already gone now. But yeah, I use the pocket size on TikTok lives. Well, just on lives. I'm on YouTube too because I can do quicker drawings. The big ones, I spend hours on a drawing. There we go. Let me go back and very nice. Hi, good boy. Hey, Waylon, has been a good time. I never mess up. Someone just asked what happens when you mess up. I've answered it twice now in the last 10 minutes. But I mean, I can answer it again. Short answer is one, I have three options. One, I start over. Two, I retrace the line and hopefully I can push the powder around to cover up the mistake. Three, I just hope you don't see the mistake. You drew a drawing just like that? Okay. With paper? Do, 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 do. Do. And fill this in. It's really just taking a lot longer than I expected, but I'm really enjoying it. And that's what it's all about. All right.
You get me seriously out of my mind. I'm so
Anybody know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, specifically Springtrap? Like the origins? No, not Paulo Abdul Lisa H. Not that old. It's 90s. You do what? Wait, what did I say? Oh, you know the lore. Oh, that's what I was asking. Because the drawing I have and what I'm drawing right now also, there appears to be a skull inside, like a red skull. What's that all about? Was this actually occupied by a person who now possesses this figure? All police and detectives are furious because they all can't find the source of this lethally evil force. Oh man, this is the Ninja Turtle Ninja Turtle power from the original Turtles movie, live action. I know every word. I'm going to start it over and try to sing along. $500 you mess up on purpose. No, you won't. So, and I don't plan on messing up on purpose. No, it was that was Gwen Stefani. In this day and age, who could ask for more? The crime wave is high with muggings mysterious. All the police and detectives are furious because they can't find the source of this lethally evil force. So call April O'Neil in on the case, and I better hurry up. There's no time to waste. Man, it's in trouble. How would you send me $500? So on TikTok, someone said they'd pay me $500 to mess up on a mistake. Is inside the suit. He got inside it. It got wet, accident, and ooh, William Alfred. Oh, really? William himself. Spring locked. That's Shaggy, right? The actor who played Shaggy in the live action FNAF. Got caught. Yeah, she was all alone with no friends and no phone because she was gone. Can you do a la carte from Pulsing? Oh, well, probably not tonight because I'm running out of time. Awesome song, shouted Cowabunga as they hit the ground from the field of weeds because they possessed eternal power. TLD power. I think I'm going to try to sneak in a quick little drawing after this.
What you believe on the strength of
This specific drawing, Slimmy, or drawing on the Etch A Sketch at all? This drawing, I'm going on 46 minutes, which is longer than normal. Usually in my lives, I try to keep my drawings between 15 and 30 minutes. Depends on the detail of it. They were once normal, but now they're mutants. Splinter's their teacher, so they are the students. Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group, transformed from the norm from nuclear group. Pizza's the food that's sure to please. These ninjas are into pepperoni and cheese. Back to the story. It's not hard to find. Ninjas not just of the body, but of the mind. The master instructed, but a letter from Shredder had Splinter abducted. Spring into action. Now they're going to lose traction. They can't dust us off like some old coffee table. Since you've been young, you've been willing and able to defeat the sneak, protect the weak, fight for rights and your freedom to speak. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm just adding some detailed shading to the arm and a hand. Depends, silly boy. I mean, if you're here, I don't promise anything on drawings until until on the spot, really. I decide what I'm going to draw at the moment. So I've learned, someone asked, how do I even draw on this thing? So I don't think you're asking me how this thing works. You might be. But yeah, I've just learned that this is how my brain works. I can think of the lines I want to draw and give me 3 weeks, you could do it. That's funny. Probably true. But yeah, my brain, I just think, oh, I didn't draw the little ball down here. There's a ball that goes in the socket. Yeah, this is definitely, right now, this is a $75 drawing. If someone were to want to buy it, I would sell it for $75 plus shipping, and that means I would preserve it. So I preserve it by cutting them open and taking out the powder. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, thank you. Goodness. This is insane. I'm really digging this drawing. So then what I'm going to do with the TikTok footage, I'll download it and I'm going to turn this into, I'll be posting this time lapse tomorrow. I'll turn it into a 5-second time lapse with then the final drawing at the end. This is actually someone made a patient's comment. It's actually very relaxing for me. This is very relaxing for me. I enjoy this. I have an office job. This isn't my job. I have an office job. So I love to come home and draw between work and dinner. And then I have the evening with my family. So I have that balance of life, relaxation, and like me time, right? All right, now I'm going to do the shading on the hands.
Tonight.
Okay. Right. Now let's do some hand. Now, when I do the shading, I go from I was talking in the beginning, I do the foreground to background when I'm doing the drawing. So I drew this hand first, and then um, I drew the face last because I can't guess where the lines start. But when I do shading, I go from background to foreground because the foreground shading should not be covered up by background shading. I was happy with this without the shading, but now I'm even happier with it. I really didn't plan on this. Is definitely the most detailed FNAF drawing, theme drawing that I've ever done. Kiwi time, real. All right, and then go over here. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, we do one. Half of this is shaded. It's really hard to see half this finger. I'm on the far left, at the finger at the very edge, the top edge. Uh-oh, I need to slide a puzzle piece for TikTok. So earlier, someone said should draw a Roadrunner, and if I have time, if I don't get called for dinner, I'm going to try to do a real quick drawing. And then these are all going to be half shaded. Light source is clearly to the right of this image. Two knobs, VIP. You've got one that goes up and down, one goes left and right. You turn them. Almost ready? All righty. Shoot. I don't think I will have time for another drawing because I'm still doing awesome shading. That's a little glare reflection. What time will you start tomorrow? I'm actually planning on going on live early tomorrow, but I'm going to work for 1 hour without request. I'm going to working on my drawing of Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and then I'll take request for a bit. But yeah, I don't have a set schedule. It's whenever I can get to it when I get home and start drawing. So I would say my time is Pacific time. Right now it is 6:30. Um, Ideally, I would love to be drawing like 2 hours ago in your time. So whatever it is, your time 2 hours ago, that's when I'm hoping to start drawing tomorrow, if that makes sense. Oh, shoot. Look, I just made a mistake. Where's my $500? Although I didn't do it on purpose. So I just drew this extra line next to the finger. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make the finger a little wider and try to push a little powder around to hide that extra line. That was a mistake. Oh, everyone, thanks for following. Thanks for sharing. You have school tomorrow. All right. Well, what time is it for you now, silly boy? Try just figuring out what time zone you're in. 8:30. Okay, so 2 hours ago would be 6:30 your time. That's not going to interfere with school. There we go. There's that. I did feed the dogs. Oh, I have to get everybody's vitamins ready. Very interesting. This is got the shading here, but it really should be on the bottom, I think. That's right, Justin Sparks. Homeschooled. All right, I get you. All right, there we go. I'm just going to retrace these fingers, give a nice defining outline. There we go. What is the time? 56 minutes. 56-minute Springtrap. That's awesome. Look at that. I'm now standing. Oh, you know what? No, no. I need to do some more shading on the face. And his nose doesn't have much shading. If I'm really going to do this right, I just looked at it to see what looks not shaded. Okay, so now I'm at the nose. There we go. Just a little something right there. What else? Hey, someone's there. Let's make this crack a little darker. Nice. Right? Who are you talking to? I'm drawing. Or were you asking where I was doing? Okay, now I'm at the nose, top of the nose. Just add a little more shading there. This is the skull nose. Let's add a little more depth to this crack. Crack is whack. Let's just do that. All right. I think I'm done. So now it's 57 minutes. So now this is turning into more like a $100 drawing. But I would stick to 75 if someone were to buy it. Otherwise, I'm going to get a really good picture and I'll sell prints of it. Ooh, there we go. Doing my initials. That means I'm wrapping it up here. And I should call it a night. I shouldn't try to do a quick drawing. I'll fill in tomorrow's with an old drawing. There we go. I'm going to pause for a moment. Then I'm going to do close up. And that's when you do, that's when you take your screenshot. All right, let's stop the timer. That took, I stopped my timer at 58 minutes, almost an hour. I don't usually spend that much time on it. All right, here we go. I'm going to hold it here for anybody who wants to grab a screenshot. That's pretty cool, if I say so myself. And I did. All right, now let me show you also. This is one I did. Here's my chicken jockey. My chicken jockey. Did you get it, Hell? Okay. Did you get it? You just tagged yourself. Did you get it? Or you needed me to show it again. Then here's another one I did recently. Screw. You're welcome. Hell, okay. Did you get a screenshot? Welcome back, good boy. Now this one, I'll show you this one real quick. So Etch A Sketches, you can buy them for this size is like $6 at Walmart, Target. You can also get them. This is a commission piece, actually. Someone asked me to draw this one. You got one? Okay, good. You can get them at Walmart. I believe this size is, yeah, it's about $6, and then the classic size is around 15, the big size. This one is a special one, this Queen of Hearts, because I'm going to do a drawing of the backside of a player card, and then I'm going to cut them open and glue them back to back, so it's a two-sided Etch-A-Sketch in the end. It's going to be cool. So, I guess let's go back. Let's go back to our friend here. Let me go ahead and say my goodbyes. Left for a second, this pops up. You never know, Will. You never know what's going to happen. There's the finish. Okay. I don't know if I muted. I'm sorry if YouTube was muted there. I'm going to say goodnight to you because I'm done, and then I'll say goodnight to our friends at TikTok. So